So what's up, good people? What's up, brothers and sisters? This is Eugene from Kenya. Of course, you all know me. So today I'm going to talk about a serious topic because there's always been a speculation, or some people supposes that Ghana is becoming too much expensive for the Black Americans or the African Americans who are moving into the African diaspora. I mean African countries. Sorry. So this is the thing that happens. True, the Ghanaian economy might be expensive, but it is not entirely expensive. The thing is, most of African Americans who come to Africa, they have the problem of spending their money. So guys, I want you to watch this impactful video. It is about an African American who moves from United States of America to Ghana, and he finds life there. He is happy, he feels safer, he has family who he look up to, and people are so welcoming according to him. And he also says beautiful things about Ghana. So guys, let's watch that video. And the most important thing is part of the economic side of Ghana, which we are going to see and hear it from an African American perspective, specifically for people who always says that Ghana is expensive. African Americans are living Ghana. Let's hear this person who has a different opinion about Ghana after staying for two years, 2 months in Ghana. So let's dive into the video.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be in Ghana and out of America. The welcome has been really good here. Life is good here. I know the economy is a little iffy, but aside from that, it's beautiful living.
So, what made you to leave America? What pushed you?
Well, I love it very much here for what it offers. Many people thought that I came here to run away from the bad things in America, which that helped, right? But the main thing is that the tranquility, it's right on the equator, the people, the food, the culture, and in my bloodline, even though I was born and raised in America, New York City, my bloodline is Ghanaian through Jamaica, knowing that 95% of all black Jamaicans are basically Ghanaian. So many people here don't know that. To the people here, I may be forever a tourist, forever a brony. So they ask me, they say all the time, well, how long is your visit? How long are you going to be here? Didn't I see you 2 months ago? You were here for a long time. I said, I'm living here now. And they're like, whoa. So many Ghanaians, I feel, don't understand how much of a good life it is, aside from the money issue. The land, into the mountains.
Talking about life issue, like what are the things, what are the aspects in your life that has been better? Like what investment have you, what make, like do you think you feel more wealthy here? Your mental health is more stable. What have you done so far?
Yes. Oh, my mental health is definitely more stable. No, I'm not crazy. But the tranquility and the peace here, I sleep deeper. I'm telling you from now, I sleep deeper. In New York City and in certain parts of Florida that I've lived in, you're laying in the bed, you hear gunshots. You're afraid to come outside because there's crime everywhere. The drugs that are around. And we have issues here. We have some of the same issues here, but it's next to nothing. It's next to nothing. You're always watching over your back when you walk outside. The price of things are so high. You make money out there when you can make money, but you're going to spend a whole lot of money. And put it this way. What I spend for the whole year for an apartment here until my house is finished built, many people pay in 1 month what I pay for the whole year.
But this is kind of surprising because a lot of foreigners these days feel like Ghana has become increasingly expensive because of reports saying rent in Accra is equal to New York. So it's kind of surprising you saying that.
Right.
How can a foreigner avoid such, like live like you and kind of save up money?
Well, see, you have to be very disciplined, number one. Many people come from not just the States, but the UK, and the money does stretch. No matter what the economy does in Ghana, those outside dollars never get affected. So if before, when I first came here, it was 1 for 6 or 1 for 7, and now it's 1 for 14, I'll get 14 for each dollar. So the Ghanaians who are here, they're going to feel it, because if you get paid a certain amount, that certain amount doesn't change, but the buying power of it is reduced. So this is where the suffering comes from. Now, it could be expensive when you try to live the way you did back in the States. I don't want to live that way. I want to be up in the country. I want to be up in the mountains. Land is more expensive. The money stretches. And to be honest, we sold our home in Orlando, Florida, because I lived there for a few years. And the equity helped to put us really far ahead in the building. Now when you come out here, don't come out here thinking you're going to get a job.
Yeah.
Jobs are tough even for Ghanaians,
Yes,
right?
I agree
So
with that.
you have to have some type of income stream externally or something here that you set up, because don't think that, we get fooled and think, wow, you change over $100 and it's all of a sudden 1,400 CDs. That's still $100.
Exactly.
But people don't figure that out. You feel rich for a second. If you live disciplined, you know how you like to live. And me, I'm more mature now than I was 40 years ago. And if this is 40 years ago, it would be a whole different ballgame.
For how long have you been in Ghana so far?
26 months.
26 months. So,
Yeah. 2 years and 2 months.
so are you here alone or you move with some of your
My wife. It's just me and my wife. It's
Wait,
just,
so that's like 2 years practically.
yeah, yeah.
And is she loving it?
Of course she is. She's a country girl from Jamaica. So she's used to the mountains and used to being in the yard and all of that. And plus her great great grandfather is buried on her land in Jamaica, and he's from Ghana. So she is of Ghana bloodline too, except she has a body in a grave site to prove it. So it has more meaning to her also.
Wow.
And she can live the way she wants to live because, like I said, she knows the city life, but she's really a country girl.
Okay.
I'm born in the city, but I'm really a country boy. But I have city skills. So I don't have to keep my guard up as much. I can relax. A lot of the folks here do not have attitudes. You can approach them, you can laugh and talk, and there's not that same kind of tension. So I feel like I'm getting younger. I feel like I'm going back, turning the clock back.
Yeah.
I feel that way, I don't feel any different than when I was 20 years old.
That's
But a
true.
stressful
You've heard for yourself, guys. You come to Ghana, you fail to plan yourself very well, then that's where the problem starts. Because if we say the Ghanaian economy is so expensive, what about the Ghanaians who are there? What about the Ghanaians who are not paying in dollars? What about the Ghanaians who are not coming in dollars in Ghana? Because the currency is the Ghana cedis, but how about the Ghanaians who are surviving this, what we call that the life expensive in Ghana? One thing that I understand is that land might not be cheaper, and due to population growing, because since then population has been growing in Ghana, which is true, but there are ways in which one can survive. You see, because if we say that Ghana is expensive, and a person leaves Ghana through another country, let me tell you one thing: every African country, day by day, the cost of living is increasing. There is no country in which the cost of living is going down. Trust you on this. Do your research, you'll find with day, every country's cost of living keeps on rising, especially in Africa, but especially in Kenya, where I am. I believe that you've seen news about Kenyans complaining about the high cost of living. It's happening everywhere. Come on. So we can't crucify Ghana for being expensive or the high cost of living in Ghana. Rather, we should also find ways as people who live in Ghana, or as our visitors who are in Ghana, ways in which they can survive in Ghana, you understand? So it's all about adapting. So for this man, he said that when you come to Ghana with around $100, which is around, I can't equate it to the Ghanaian cedis, but I believe that it's way much money. So the problem that most African Americans fall into, or the Black Americans who come to Ghana, is that they see this money as a lot of money, and something called the black check disease. They believe that this money is a lot of money to them, so they want to spend them. They want to spend them. So I will call it. They want to waste a lot of this money in things which are not, important. When you come to Ghana, I will advise a person, or when you're coming to any country in Africa, always put your first 6 months at least plan. And I've seen a couple of people are using averagely 10,000 USD to 12,000 USD, basically to sustain them for around 2 months, maybe in Ghana. So that means that you are not buying any land. Maybe you're just living on rentals. So it's always advisable to stay for quite sometimes, try to understand the economy, how things go, relate with the locals, the same things we always tell you. So I debunk the issue that a person comes and say that Ghana is expensive. Yeah, Ghana is expensive, but what about everyone who's living in Ghana? Ghana is expensive. I know for African Americans, that's totally understandable. Maybe because the prices of land can be expensive. That's true. I don't debunk that. But how do you spend the money that you have? Because I believe the moment you set foot in Ghana, there's a plan that you have at the back of your mind. And we are told, the way our friend who is an African American also tells us, that there is no employment in Ghana. Not in general in Ghana, even in Africa, we are running out of employment opportunities. The best way a person can do this is trying to come up with opportunities for the youth. What services can you offer? What are you good at? Those are the questions that we ask ourselves. So if you come to Africa generally with an open mind and opening up opportunities for people, it can be a great way. What talents do you have? Come bring them to Africa. That's what's always I always tell you, because we are having employment crisis in Africa generally, because that's something which is true. We are having employment crisis, just the way you say, not only in Ghana, but in Kenya, but in Tanzania, but in Rwanda, but in Burundi, but in Gambia, but in Nigeria. So if you come to Africa generally, what can you do as a person? Okay, if you have a skill, well, you can try apply for some jobs in Africa. You might stand a chance of getting, at least being paid. But I always say that if you can find a work which you're doing maybe online when you're coming to Ghana, that can be the best life you're gonna live in Africa, because you are flexible and you are paid the rates according to the United States or the United Kingdom or Canada, where you come from. So let's not say that Ghana is expensive and people are living. Okay, it's okay, people are living in Ghana, some people are living in Ghana, but also majority of people are still staying in Ghana. So we can't say that Ghana is so much expensive. I've said, and I'll say it, and I'll say it, there is no cost of living in Africa which is going down. It will keep on increasing. It will keep on increasing. If it's not month by month, it's day by day. So every country has its problems. At least we can say there is no country which is perfect, and people always tend to fail to see things like the nature, like mountains. The way he was describing, the way Ghana is well endowed with natural resources, with people who are so welcoming, so friendly people who don't discriminate you. Those are the advantageous sides. And you're sleeping in a place where you can sleep peacefully. You're not hearing gunshots everywhere. That's a place which is peaceful for you. Those are things that you should at least thank God that the moment you set foot in Africa, you just need to find a way of surviving. Find a way of surviving, being smart, knowing how to spend your money. Those are ways in which you can survive in Africa. If you know very well in Africa, I might not get a job today. I might not get a job in 1 month. Plan yourself, at least carry some cash which can hold you for around 3 months, or 4 months, or 5 months, or if 6 months, if it's okay. That will help you in the moment you are looking for a job, or in the moment you're applying for jobs in the United States, maybe online. The money you have can suffice you at that time. So guys, it was a short video, and I wanted to show you that the story is not for everyone who's trying to paint that Ghana is expensive, or there is high cost of living in Ghana. Well, if it's there, it's okay, but you ask yourself this question: what about the people who are living in Ghana? Will everyone leave Ghana because it's expensive? I believe the answer is no. So we always want to find a way of surviving. It can be adapting, changing our economic spending habits, the bad habits of spending that we have, and I believe that we will survive very well. So if you felt that this video added value to you, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. I'm on my road to 700 subscribers. I hope that you are all well where you are, and thank you guys for always watching my video. Shout out to all my Canadian fans, shout out to all my fans from the United States, shout out to all my fans from United Kingdom, shout out to all my Ghanaian friends, shout out to all my South African friends, shout out to all my Ugandan friends, Kenyans who are watching this video today, and all diasporans who are watching me today. I don't know why you're watching me, but I believe that we are all people from the same ancestry. And guys, always thank you for coming back and watching my video. This is Eugene from Kenya. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.